Okay, let's have a look at the answers to these puzzles. First let's tackle the easy one.
So it's white to play and mate in 1. White's queen and rook seem to be bossing this game, leaving the black king in a tight spot. Black has d8 well protected, but not e8. The medium puzzle is a mate in 3 for black. How many of these squares are safe for the white king? The black rook has found a nice place on the open e-file. Black's bishop is doing a good job, even though it's on the edge of the board. Black's f-pawn helps too, leaving g1 as the only safe square. So how do we finish the game off? This bishop move is the only safe check, so we should consider this move first. White's king would have to move to g1, allowing black's rook to move to e1. That looks very threatening, doesn't it? Can you work out how the game will finish? With black's bishops working well together, there's only one way for white to get out of check. But this game is over. Right, hard puzzle. White to play and mate in 3. And the danger here for white is that if white promotes the pawn into a queen, black will be able to keep checking the white king and the game will be a draw. So if we're going to attack, it needs to be check. How many ways are there for white to give check? Giving check with the rook doesn't look that helpful. There are no safe checks left. White can only give check by giving up the queen, and that is never going to work. So let's go back and try again. Are there any other ways of giving check? We've already investigated the one and only rook check, so it will need to be another piece. This pawn! There are really only 2 times when you should think about promoting your pawn into something less than a queen. The first is to avoid stalemate. The second is a knight check. Black has to move the king to the 8th rank. In fact, we only have to look at g8, because moving the king to h8 doesn't give black any extra choices. This puts the black king on the same rank as the white rook, so moving our new knight would be discovered check. But where is best? The black king will move to one of these 2 squares. Can you think 1.5 moves ahead? g6 is the best square, defended by the f5 pawn. If black moves the king to h7, white's rook gives checkmate on h8. So let's go back and see what happens if black moves the king to f7. This time the knight can defend the rook on f8. The black king can't move left because of the knight and pawn.